Oh, hi, Terry. Thanks for coming.
No problem, Tarrant. No problem. Good to see you. Dry white wine, please.
So, what have you been up to? How's Tony these days?
Hancock, yeah. We had a bit of a falling out.
Oh no, what happened?
He just wasn't using my scripts, kept recycling his own stuff. It's tragic. I had some great stuff lined up.
I'm sorry, mate. I know that was a real earner for you. What are you going to do now?
Oh, I'm writing this science fiction thing for David Whittaker at the BBC.
For David? I thought you turned that gig down.
Yeah, but I need the cash, you know? I've got to support the family and all that.
Okay, what's it called?
It's called Doctor Who.
Who's running this thing?
It's run by this guy, Sydney Newman, a bloke from Canada. I'll be honest with you, I don't think much is going to come of the whole thing.
Go on.
Look, I just needed the dosh, okay? It's easy money, mate. It took me half an hour to write.
What's it about?
Well, it's kind of hard to explain. It's this weekly episodic adventure thing. This whole show is about this slightly dodgy old guy called the Doctor, and he's flying around the universe in a police box.
What?
Yeah, I know, it's weird. So as I say, he's just called the Doctor, and he can sort of go anywhere in time and space. And I'm writing the second story.
Not the first one?
No, they got some other guy to write the first one. I mean, I read it. I'll be honest with you, my script, Tarrant, is so much better. In the first story, the Doctor, this old guy, he forcibly kidnaps these two teachers and this young teenage girl. He goes back in time, tries to murder a caveman by smashing his head in with a rock, and then ends up inventing fire or something.
Okay, sounds heavy. And this is on late at night?
No, it's for kids.
Kids? What, with kidnap and murder and all that?
Yeah, kid stuff, sort of spooky and strange. Anyway, at the end of the first 4 episodes, that's when we get to my bit.
Okay, what's your bit about?
Space Nazis.
Eh?
Yeah, Nazis in space. Genocidal ones who want to exterminate all other life forms.
Hang on, are we still talking about this kids show?
Oh yeah, it's going to be Saturday nights, right after the news, just before Jukebox Jury, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, so the Doctor and co, they arrive on this planet and everything is basically dead because it's all radioactive after a nuclear war that occurred hundreds of years ago. And they end up getting sucked into this struggle between 2 surviving races. One of the races is all sort of blonde and pure and Aryan looking.
And those are the Nazis?
No, those are the Fouls. They're pacifists. You get it? It's the twist, right? The space Nazis are called the Daleks. They're like these horribly mutated blobs that have been changed over centuries of exposure to radiation damage. Nasty bastards they are.
Okay. It's all sounding a bit H.G. Wells' The Time Machine, Terry, if I'm honest with you.
Look, like I said, mate, it took me half an hour to write.
What's the name of the planet they land on?
The planet? Oh, look, it's a kid's thing, right? So I figured the planet would be all scarred up and stuff, so I just literally called it Scarro.
Nice.
Yeah, I know.
Sounds expensive. Alien planets, mutants and all that.
They got $2,000 per episode, and the sets are all made out of cardboard and sticky tape.
What?
Look, I said it wouldn't go very far. I'm not even sure they'll be able to do my monsters justice, if I'm honest with you. I had this idea, cheeky idea it was.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, you see, I figured the BBC wouldn't be able to do a convincing mutant, so I have these Dalek creatures. They've sort of hidden themselves in these robot casings.
That's a good idea. Robots out of bits of plumbing, and tubing and stuff, drain pipes and the like. They could, spray it all silver.
No, but I like the plumbing idea. You might have something there. I could probably use a bit of that. I'll send it in. Look, I really couldn't be bothered to write a proper description. I definitely didn't want the Daleks to look like, men in suits. I described them as, what was it I said now? Hideous machine-like creatures. They are legless, moving on a round base. They have no human features. And I just figured it would be down to some schmuck at the BBC to work it out. Look, here's where it gets genius, mate. I got the idea from this. Even the BBC couldn't mess this up, mate. Maybe grab a couple of bins, tape them together, wheels at the bottom.
If you say so.
I do say so. And like I said, this thing took me half an hour to write, and I don't even have to design the bloody things. Some poor sap at the BBC has to make it all happen. I get paid no matter what.
What did you call this story?
Oh, I hadn't really thought about that. I don't know, probably something literal like the dead planet or the mutants or just the Daleks or something. Look, nobody cares.
You, my friend, have fallen on your feet as usual, Terry. Cheers.
Yeah, take the money and run, my friend. Dinner tonight is on me. This show is going to sink like a stone, and then I can get back to writing proper stuff. Maybe even Tony Hancock will take me back. You will never hear of the Daleks ever again.